Welcome to the WIHS Journal. Today in the studio with us, we had the owner, Bob LeBlanc, who is also a Christian. He's the owner of Hounds in Hartford, Connecticut. They offer doggy daycare, boarding, a pet spa, and a pet taxi. Stay tuned for all the details. Bob LeBlanc, I'm so excited to hear about this doggy daycare, everything that you guys do down there. So before we start talking about, awesome how the dogs are spoiled rotten by you guys, first tell us how you actually got into this kind of work.
Yeah, thank you, Anissa. First of all, thank you for inviting me in. I'm excited to talk to you about Houndstown, Hartford. I actually grew up loving dogs, but never knew I'd be in this type of a business. When I graduated from college, I took a job at Pratt & Whitney, and I was an aerospace engineer. And after years in aerospace engineering and business development, I was actually getting close to retirement and thinking about, what to do next. I had someone reach out to me on LinkedIn, and he said, I am a career coach. I help people think about what they might want to do next. And he introduced me to this concept of Houndstown. It was a franchise that had been relatively young, and they were looking for franchisee owners throughout the country. And when I learned about it, it was kind of the perfect intersection of my interest in business. I have an entrepreneurial spirit.
Yes.
And I also have a gift to hospitality. And this is a service business. People take it very seriously when they're thinking about who's going to take care of their dogs. And
Absolutely.
I've always loved dogs. And I didn't trust a lot of people to take care of my dogs. So I figured I'd probably be a good person to build a team and a very safe environment that people could learn to grow and trust me to take care of their animals. So we opened in October of 2023, and things are going fantastic.
And so all of our dog lovers, and they're any kind of dogs, what you said. You take
Yes.
all types of sizes and breeds. And
We don't breed discriminate at all. It does not. In fact, the first question we ask is usually just tell me about your dog. And sometimes we don't even get to what the breed is for a while because it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the breed is.
So awesome. So describe to our listeners the facility.
Sure. So Houndstown, Hartford is located right off of Route 91, just north of Hartford, right off the Jennings Road exit where all the car dealerships are. We have a 5,000 square foot facility.
Wow.
We have 6 large playrooms so that we can group the dogs not only by their size, but also by their energy and play style. So that allows us to create a very safe environment for the dogs. The small dogs will be with small dogs, medium, large. We even have some Great Danes that come to us, and
Love it.
they're the biggest, around 150 pounds. But we also have 4-pound Chihuahuas, and we have a place for all of them. But what we do is we create an environment where dogs can be dogs, and that they can play together in an interactive play environment. It's phenomenal for dogs to overcome separation anxiety. It helps them stop destructive chewing. A lot of dogs, if they're home for long periods of time alone while their owners are at work, they can destroy the home. And sometimes they're just going to be anxious and they're going to be barking all day long. So whether, people have a home out in the suburbs, or maybe they're in an apartment building in Hartford and their dogs are barking, this is a place where they can come and get that energy out, and then they go home and they sleep it off in what we call the Houndstown hangover.
I love it. So the facility, everything's inside?
Yes, we don't have any outdoor space. Some Houndstowns around the country do have outdoor space. Here in New England, there's some months of the year when it's too hot, some months like now when it's too cold. So we have a climate control environment. The dogs are comfortable. We can completely sanitize the entire facility, and we do every single day.
That's great. So tell us, like tomorrow, how many dog breeds you had and who specifically watches over them, what kind of activities and stuff like that.
Yep. Any day, we have no idea who's going to be coming in the door because we don't take reservations for daycare.
Okay.
People, as long as they've passed an evaluation and they've come in and we've basically done a quick temperament test, make sure that the dog doesn't have any over-aggression, and we've gathered their vaccination records. Once we do that, then they're an official townie. So tomorrow, we have no idea who will be coming in, but it could be, anywhere from, 25 to 40 dogs at this point. We're continuing to grow. But because we have 6 playrooms, it's exciting. Every day is different. We look and we see who's in the playroom, and and we curate packs of dogs based on their energy and their size. So on any given day, we have dogs that are coming in and they're playing with dogs that they've known before. Sometimes we're introducing a new dog to the pack, and they sort of establish their place in the hierarchy. Yeah. And it's so much fun.
I love it. So I'm picturing a room with I'm going to have to look at a video. Do you have videos on your website?
Yes. So our Houndstown Hartford Facebook page is where we post our videos. Okay. So Houndstown Hartford Facebook, we post videos there. Most days it's a video. Some days we'll just do a bunch of pictures. But the videos give the greatest representation of what a day in the life of a dog is at Houndstown Hartford. Usually the videos are about 1.5 to 2.5 minutes, and it shows the dogs all playing. Yeah.
Well, if you're tuning in right now, I am speaking to Bob LeBlanc from Houndstown Hartford, talking about a play date for your dog, or even if you're going out of vacation, they'll be happy to take care of your little furry friend for you. And I would love to see, so for the big dogs, do you have someone in there watching them throwing the ball, or they just play by themselves?
Yeah, so we believe at Houndstown, this is a national franchise, and our dog management philosophy is that dogs get to be dogs, and that is really the environment that we create. When they're in our world at home, they're living in our world. They're sleeping on the couch, sleeping in the bed. They're getting our attention. They're rolling around the floor with their humans, and they're getting the love that they deserve from us. But we create an environment where they can be dogs and play together. So we do not go in the playrooms to actually engage with them. We love on them when they arrive in the morning. When we're giving them baths in our spa room, we love on them, and obviously we're going to be putting our hands on them, cleaning them, brushing their teeth, trimming nails, and we do all that. And then when they go home at the end of the day, we check them over and we put their leash on and give them back to the owners, and we love on them. But when they're in their playrooms, they are by themselves playing, and we're constantly going in to clean. But we do not go in to touch the dogs and play with them, because that can create a little bit of, I don't want to say jealousy, but the dogs will do things for humans' attention, and that can create an unsafe environment. So we believe when they're in the playrooms, we keep an eye on them, we make sure they're safe and clean, but we don't go in to actually play with them.
Okay. Well, here's something for an animal lover like myself. So if you're dropping the dog off, and if they're there, is there an all-day thing?
So Monday to Friday, we're open from 6:30 in the morning until 7 at night. Wow. So we have some people that once we open our doors, they're dropping the dogs off, and then they're off to their workplaces. Saturdays, our hours are a little shorter, 8 to 5. Sundays, we're not open for daycare, but we are there from 11 to 1 for pickup and drop-off for our overnight boarding dogs. And obviously we have people there throughout the day to take care of the dogs. Yeah. But we have a staff right now of about 8 people, and we have, any number of those on at a given time depending on the number of dogs. But we're always going to have a minimum of 2 to 3 people in the facility no matter what. Yeah, Anissa, recently Houndstown Hartford established a partnership with Dog Star Rescue. Dog Star Rescue is an amazing organization. They are finding forever homes for dogs, a lot of them local here in Connecticut, but a lot of them that are being shipped up here from down south where they don't necessarily have the dog spade and neutering practices like we do here up north. And so we recently established a partnership with them, and any dogs that are in need of having a foster home before they have their forever home, we're having those dogs come and have all-day interactive play with us and boarding them as well. We have a dog that's with us this week. His name is Duck. He's the most amazing, playful pup. And if anybody wants to foster dogs from Dog Star Rescue, we are willing to give free daycare to our customers who foster a dog.
Once again on the broadcast with us was Bob LeBlanc from Houndstown in Hartford, Connecticut, offering doggy daycare, boarding, a pet spa, and a pet taxi. Today was part 1 of a 2-part interview. Join us on Friday for part 2. I'm Anissa Porticelli for News and Public Affairs.